Following the Prime Minister's announcement, a local criminal defense lawyer is calling this new measure problematic as it pertains to the rights of her clients. Kara Lebenzon from Strategic Criminal Defense in Calgary says not only would it be harder for people to be released on bail, it may also be unconstitutional.
It's quite concerning when we hear the Prime Minister coming out with some bail reform that might go contrary to our clients' rights under the Constitution or under the Canadian Charter of Freedoms and Rights. And that's, I think, what we're looking at here are some proposed amendments that might be problematic. One of the most important principles in our Constitution is the right not to be denied a reasonable bail without just cause. That runs in tandem with another essential constitutional right that accused people have, which is the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. So in that whole interim period before you have your trial, it doesn't matter what charges or crimes you are accused of, before the eyes of the law, you are presumed to be innocent. To just say that every person charged with these certain offenses, regardless of who they are, regardless of whether they're innocent or guilty, should just be detained and stay in jail, that is not in line with our constitutional principles, and it risks putting innocent, very vulnerable people in jail for very long amounts of time in a way that goes against their charter rights.
The deputy chief for Lethbridge Police Service also weighed in on today's announcement. According to LPS research, approximately 6 to 10% of offenders are responsible for up to 60% of crime. Deputy Chief Gerald Grobmeier says they're watching developments relating to bail as it may determine whether or not they bump into the same offenders time and time again.
What happens with in the bail hearings directly impacts us. Although the police aren't the ones to determine whether somebody is released or held in custody, we make our arguments. But what comes out of that directly impacts us. So individuals that are arrested and charged, which we put through to a bail hearing that we think maybe should be held for court, that are released, are generally out on public again with a piece of paper saying not to do crime. They've been doing crime anyway. So anytime that people are released, it certainly affects us because many times we end up having contact with those individuals again. Most of the violent crime, a high percentage, so well over 90% of violent crime, the offender and victim are known to each other. So it could be a relationship or a friend or having to do something with a crime type. We have very little stranger to stranger violent crime.
Lethbridge Police recently introduced an integrated offender management program earlier this month aiming at reducing recidivism.